All right, so today what's nice anyway, we'll be focusing a lot on our eyes. I wanted to give our eyes some attention today because I know for me, I spend a lot of time, looking at the computer screen, looking at my phone, whatever it may be. And even folks who don't, even if you're someone who doesn't look at the computer that much, but you read a lot, our eyes only go right here for a lot of people. Or if you're someone who does handcrafts, you're often like whatever you do, it's very close to our face, right? So it's just nice to give our eyes a little break, but also it's an excellent practice, using the practice of owl eyes for becoming a better birder. And so here we go. All right. Yeah, so everyone just go ahead and find a comfortable seat to sit in. As you do, I think everyone's been here before with me, but regardless, just get yourself nice and comfortable. I will mute myself in just a moment so you can have your own sounds. So once you found a comfortable seat, just take stock of your own body right now, noticing your heart rate, noticing your breath. And again, you don't have to change it right away, but just notice what the rhythm is in your own body in this moment. Is there anywhere that you're holding tension? Are you feeling any tension in your neck? You're holding your belly at all? Tightness in your belly there? Maybe your hips? Maybe nowhere. Maybe you're just feeling very open and expansive. And so after you've just taken stock of your body, noticing, observing what your own personal experience is right now, if you want to shift anything, you can go ahead and do that now. And regarding our breath and our heart rate, that will just naturally start to slow down a little bit as we progress with our practice, which is one of the beautiful aspects of this practice. So go ahead and feel your feet on the ground beneath you, acknowledging that connection between you and the earth, whether it's right underneath your feet or whether it's a few stories below your feet. And just see if there's any sensation that you might feel in your connection with the earth. And of course, our feet aren't the only access to that connection, but that's one way that we can instantly receive a connection with the earth, is putting our feet right on her. Nice work. And so since we're going to spend so much time with our eyes today, how about we start first with our eyes closed? If you feel like you're in a safe and comfortable location, then just go ahead and close your eyes. And notice what the first sensation is, what the first sense is that you become aware of. Is it sound? Is it touch? Is it smell? Is it something else? Is it intuition? So first, let's start with our sense of touch, the sensations that we feel on our skin. Just noticing, can you tell the direction that the air is moving in just by feeling the hairs on your arms or the tip of your nose? And then continuing to sense our own bodies. Notice where your clothing is touching your skin. Allow yourself to become aware of those sensations. And now, without forgetting to stay tuned in to the sensation of your skin, we'll shift our focus and our awareness to our sense of smell. So, noticing what scents are coming to you in this moment. You can take some deep breaths with this one if you like, with the intention of smelling the air as you do so. Great. And now, again, without losing your sense of smell and your sense of touch, now shift your awareness to your ears. First, perceiving the sounds that are nearest to you and just noticing which one is drawing your attention to it the most. Even if it's a man-made sound, is there a rhythm in that sound? Is there something, yeah, just rhythmic that you can tap into right now? Now expanding your ears and your hearing out further beyond just what's nearest to you and going as far as you can out onto the landscape to hear the sounds that are quite far away. How far can you stretch your sense of hearing? Just noticing and becoming aware of how many different landscapes, how many different neighborhoods, whether they're human neighborhoods or animal neighborhoods, you travel across to hear that furthest sound. Good work. So, in just a moment, but not just yet, I'll have you open your eyes. And for now, just allow all of your senses, aside from your sense of sight, to just wash over you, just to feel everything all at once. Good work. So, now is a great time to just nice and gently open your eyes. And as you do so, allow them to stay soft. And we're going to begin our practice with owl eyes today near to us. So rather than looking far off in the distance, I'd like you to look somewhere within about 5 to 10 feet away from you, not too far. Let's say about 10 feet away. Find something that you can look at and just focus your attention on that one thing. And then let your vision soften. And so we're going to stay in this softened vision as near to us as you can, about 10 feet away, for the next couple of minutes. And just notice what you start to perceive, notice what you start to pick up when you're focusing, or not focusing, when you're engaging in owl eyes in this distance. Great, good work. So I know some of you might be really absorbed in what your experience is right now, and you're welcome to stay in that if you'd like. If you want to continue to play along, I mean that's still playing along, but if you'd like to shift your awareness, now go ahead and find something, oh, I'd say half a football field away from you. Not too far away, but also not too near. Something where there's some distance between you and whatever that is. And find that one point to look at first, and then allow the rest of your vision to soften around that. And then you can just stay in owl eyes looking at this, whatever it is, off in the distance for the next little while. All right, nice. And now for our final location, We're going to find something quite far away, probably as far as your eyes can see. And some of you may need, I know I myself I need to change my position so I can actually see something that's that far away. For some reason, you have a bunch of buildings or trees surrounding you and you can't really see too far away, and it's not too bright to look up in the sky. That's another location. You can look more up toward the sky and try to look as far off in the distance as you can see through the sky. So for now, just find a point as far away as you can see, and just let your eyes get really soft as you're looking out in that direction. Good work, everybody. So take the next few minutes and offer your own sense of appreciation or gratitude to all the different layers that you connected with this morning, from those that were near to those that were very far. exciting. There's a little female yellow warbler that's in my shrubs over here, and I haven't seen one on my property since early in the spring. Yay! So yeah, let's take some time to share, and I'd love to hear what your experience was this morning. And then, as always, we'll, if people have other stories about other things not related to this morning, we can share those at the end. But let's start first with our practice today. What was that like for you? And which sort of zone was maybe the place where you found it easiest to connect, and which part you can also consider, like, what was the place where you felt most expansive, most calm, most grounded. So, and if there's anything else, anything else that came to you during your sit, you're welcome to share. So just wave your hand at me and I'll call on you when you're ready. Yeah, go for it, Jackie.
Good morning, everybody. So the most comfortable for me was, I think you said 10 feet to kind of, so I'm just in my backyard, trying to focus in my backyard. It was the most comfortable because I had my regulars, so I could see the squirrel moving the bush. I could hear the spotted towhee. I actually heard 3 different sounds from the spotted towhee. And so those are my homies. So I felt the most comfortable. But when you told us to go the farthest, so I was in the clouds, I didn't know whether I'm focusing on my seeing, my hearing, my sensing. I was jumping around. But I did get to see a huge cloud of dragonflies, which if I hadn't been looking at the clouds, and at first I was like, are those swallows way off? Couldn't tell the distance because you told us to look at the farthest, but then I put my binoculars. So it was a huge cloud of beautiful dragonflies. Whoa, very cool.
That's amazing.
What do you call a group of dragonflies? Anybody know? A horde? A troop? I don't know.
I don't know. That's a great question. Wow, that's incredible. You got to see so many too. And yeah, so if you ever don't know sort of like what to do during, one of my directives, feel free just to take it however you perceive it. And yeah, it's the idea really is to continue to receive all of our senses. That's what's going to make us sort of better at receiving our intuition, at hearing the birds. So when we're focusing with our eyes, you're still listening with your ears, you're still feeling with your skin, you're still smelling with your nose. And those are all things that it's easy for us to kind of shut down some of our senses, especially when we focus so much with our eyes, that it's easy to not hear things or not smell things or not feel things, And so yeah, by taking all of it in, Jackie, that's perfect. You did just the right thing. So yeah, and how cool is a cloud of dragonflies. There's got to be some cool name for them, I'm sure, some dragon name or something. I don't know. That's awesome. All right, anyone else have a story they want to share from their experience? Yeah, Anne, go for it.
Well, Kristi, our air quality here, we're at 151 already with the haze. Oh yes, and it's like in Ohio. It's when you look out, there's woods behind me. I think, boy, is it hot and humid? No. It's smoky. And yesterday, both my husband and I said, we have mild asthma and stuff. It was like yesterday, I used an inhaler. And he said, oh, but, and then we thought, my son called from California and he uses purple air. And he said, well, Mom, you guys are at 151 there, And I'm like, oh, okay, that's why we're so awful. So, but I think a group of dragonflies is called a swarm. But that's a good answer. I'm still going to have to look it up, but maybe we'll come back next week with the answer to that. So, but I think it's a swarm of dragonflies. So, yeah. So good luck with your air today. I mean, I don't have air conditioning. We live in an old farmhouse, but I guess maybe I just won't be tilling the garden and mowing outside in this
Yeah,
area. So,
it's
but
important. It's important
yeah.
for sure. And yeah,
And
definitely.
it's the accumulation too, not just how it affects you today. You don't get rid of it. They stay in, the particles stay and they accumulate. So you have to be a little more cautious. So, well, good luck everybody if you're in the east, and enjoy it if you're out west, because you guys
Yeah,
usually get it out there.
yeah. Thank you. All right, anyone else want to share their experience? Yeah, I see Julia. Is your hand going up? Yeah, go for it.
Well, I guess the dragonfly goddess has blessed us today. I have had a dragonfly sitting on my computer this whole time. And I'm so envious because he or she is a blue darter, I think. It's just there so peacefully, not doing anything. It's just being present, being a dragonfly. And here I am, with all kinds of thoughts, Monday morning business that, shall I do this? All this is coming through my head. And this dragonfly is so at peace being there. It's really amazing. I did notice because and so I focused on that close up. And it was interesting because there are the same Rudbeckia I commented on last week are behind, and though my eyes were soft on the dragonfly, but the Rudbeckia were absolutely clear. And I don't know whether it's the color that drew my focus to that distance, or I wasn't trying to focus on them, but it was an interesting phenomenon with my vision that when I softened it close, then behind it was clear.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? It's different things happen at the different layers, and so it's interesting to play with that and noticing what we're able to perceive in each one. Thanks, Julia. Any other stories? I know for me, one thing that I started to become aware of when I was in the middle zone was all the spaces between. There's a bunch of trees in front of me, and somehow when my vision was softened, I could see motion and whatnot, but I also noticed like all of the gaps between the trees. That's really what stood out to me, was kind of like the light in between, and it was really beautiful. I don't typically look at the space between. I usually look at like the leaves and the trees themselves, and so it's really nice to like have that altered perception, take a moment to look at the world in a different way through different lenses. Any other stories? How about any stories or questions anyone wants to bring up not related to, oh, there's your dragonfly, Julia. Yay! Wow, he's really your buddy. Wow. Good mentor for us all. Della, did you have something? I see you poking your, no, okay. That's awesome, Julia. Yeah, maybe everyone can look for a dragonfly today. That will be our buddy to bond us all together. Jackie, I think you were talking, but we can't hear you because you're muted.
It must be Dragonfly Day. And maybe it's because that, Julia, where are you living that you see? She's muted. That dragonfly loves her.
I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Now
Oklahoma.
there's a red darter coming around now.
Wonderful.
They're bigger.
Yeah, they're super
cool.
bright. If anybody wants to do a fun exercise, if you happen to be near a pond with kiddos that have different species of dragonfly, you take a stick with fishing line and you wrap toothpicks of different color. So you take a bundle of green, or you paint them green and put them in the blue darner area and see what happens. So the blue darner will come over and like, who's over in my territory? It's so much fun to do with kiddos.
Oh, oh, that's really interesting. Thanks, Jackie. Games are always fun. I'm glad you brought that up. Well, it was so nice to sit with you all this morning. Thanks for joining and coming and just allowing our eyes to rest. And yeah, take good care of your lungs. And I know it's like so tempting to be outside right now, but it's yeah, maybe not best for everybody, just depending on where you live right now. So take good care, think about the birds, send good juju out to them and all the other critters that don't really have the option to go inside. So yeah, just send some good love, and good love to Canada and all the places that are on fire right now. Hopefully they'll get the rain that the East has been seeing. And yeah, so much love to everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. All right, have a great day, everybody.